Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Otaku Brothers podcast. My name is Ben, joined by Joseph, who's
Hello.
Joseph, and Joseph's my co-host, and I'm Joseph's co-host. And this is episode 113. Loggers, as they say. You know the loggers meme, Joseph?
I actually don't. I've always heard loggers, but I never understood because I know what poggers is, obviously.
There's a picture of a tree making the pog face, and so instead of poggers, we say loggers because it's wood.
I hate the internet, Ben.
Well, me too. And that's what we're going to talk about today because a lot of internet things happen on the internet, right?
That's what the internet does.
That's what the internet is for. Speaking of the internet, I wonder how Kanye is doing. Is Kanye doing okay?
He got his Twitter banned for a little bit, and then he came back. And last I checked, there was a Twitter saying, him saying on Twitter, "I want a hug." So maybe.
Okay. Well,
Oh, and
being Kanye's #1 fan, you should give him a hug.
He's also getting a divorce from his wife Bianca. So I that's all we'll say about that. I don't know.
A funny thing I noticed on Discord is that if you link your Spotify, it tells you who people listen to the most.
Mm-hmm. Oh god.
And Discord was telling me that you listened to Kanye the most last week.
It tells you all of that? Like,
It said that. I feel like that's really invasive, but
that is very invasive. Oh my gosh. I need
Okay.
to see who you're listening to now.
I'm scared to see who I'm listening to.
Yeah. Oh my god, Charlie XCX?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Me?
Yeah, that's what it says.
What song?
So you admit it? No.
Oh wait, I actually don't know
No, I
what
don't.
Charlie XCX song I have on Spotify.
I don't even
Hold
know.
on, I'm looking.
I don't even know how to check. So this is to me. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
Wait,
while Ben is looking at that, welcome back to the Otaku Brothers podcast. It is week 113. Not really, not in order, but it is. Yeah, man, we're back. We have a great episode for y'all today. A lot of anime stuff to talk
What
about
song?
and news and media stuff as well. But I was joking, by the way, Ben. I don't know if you actually even listen.
Are you
Yeah, I was kidding. Sorry.
gaslighting me?
I'm sorry. I mean, so you do listen to Charlie XCX, though, is what I'm.
Well, I didn't. I was confused because
Oh.
I don't think I had listened to any of her songs, and so I looked it up and I didn't like anything.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't in my playlist.
You passed, Ben. You passed the bro test.
I failed. I failed, Joseph.
But yeah, before we get into this week's episode, guys, hope you all had a great Valentine's Day weekend. We had a great time with our body pillows, and yeah.
Who's we?
Sorry, I guess it was just me. My fault. That was fun. But yeah, but it's already halfway through February. It's actually kind of crazy to think about it being already halfway
Very glad.
through. Oh,
January was the longest month of my life,
it actually was. Yeah, I agree.
and February
It's
is almost
true.
over. I don't know what it was.
It was just because of Christmas break, I think, and us doing that whole trip to Colorado, which, looking back,
You'd think it would make it go by a little faster.
You
no?
know-
I don't know.
Ben, I don't know how I feel about that Colorado trip. I wish maybe one day if we do like a Otaku Brothers Shippuden podcast where we talk about life after this what was going on right
Oh.
now. And
Yeah.
I just I don't know how to that trip felt like a fever dream. It felt like I was half awake the whole trip.
What?
Like it feels like a bad dream to me. Not a bad dream. That's not a good way to describe it. It feels hazy. My memory from that trip feels very hazy. And I don't know.
Maybe it's because you were inebriated half the time.
Maybe, but I think it was also partially. I don't know. Maybe it was just. I think it was just a combination of it being cold. Yeah, half of it being inebriated for half of it, and then, also just I feel like the drive too, and like just that whole thing was definitely it was a lot. I don't know. Like every time
You're alone on this one.
I don't know, maybe. But like just in Colorado, like every time I think of the trip, I have like you know how when people say like oh when they think of Mexico on TV, there's like that yellow tint like over everything. Like it just felt like
Yes. Yeah.
it felt like a very gray tint the Colorado trip. But I think that's just because it was also just very cloudy and snowy. So I don't know.
Sounds like a traumatic experience for you.
It wasn't though. I had a great time and I would definitely do it again. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with that, but Yeah, regardless,
Interesting.
I think that also played into a part of why January felt like forever because it did. It's and then oh my god, and then I came back here and then yeah, I think a lot was just going on. I had like 3 birthdays I celebrated in January too when we got back. So yeah, I just remember it was a lot.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, regardless, we're back, and yeah, I don't know. What did you actually have internet stuff you wanted to talk about though? Sorry if I cut you off.
Not really. I was just gonna
Oh,
say I watched a couple movies last night.
oh, what'd
I
you
was gonna see
watch?
if you've heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
This new one that came out on, I think it was on Valentine's Day actually on Apple TV.
The
It's
Gorge.
called The Gorge.
How was it? I've been wanting to watch it.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say much because I think it's really good if you go in blind.
Okay.
Um, but I thought it was really good. I don't know. Most of the movies I choose to watch, I usually end up liking. But Miles Teller and
Anya.
Anna Taylor-Joy, she was they're good.
Yeah, that's
They're
awesome.
good. Yeah, I liked
From
it.
what I remember, the concept is a guy gets stationed at a watchtower, and then there's a watchtower parallel to him, and there's a big old like a cavern in
The
between them.
Gorge.
Yeah, the gorge. It sounds like the maze. Like, um,
Yeah,
and so, but he's not allowed to talk to the other person, right? He's not allowed to make contact with her. But
that's the rule.
that's the rule. But from the trailers, he breaks that rule, and
Yeah.
they seems like there's like aliens or monsters that are coming out of the gorge that they have to stop. So it seems pretty cool. It seems like a cool.
See, I didn't even watch the trailer. I saw a
Oh.
clip on TikTok,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and I
which
was like,
Ben is
"Oh,
back on TikTok now, by the way, too. That's also
oh,
that's
great.
also
Yeah, I am."
it's. Did you miss it, Ben?
My It doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's the exact same, but it just doesn't. But whenever it didn't, whenever it got back in the App Store, I had like 3 different people tell me that I need to install it. One of them being my mom, and my mom was like, "You better get back to it. You've been gone for too long." And I'm like, "Okay,
Dang, yeah.
I don't think so,
Time
but
to pick back up the cape, man.
I'm out of retirement."
Yep, exactly. We missed you, bro. I'm like, it's weird not having received TikToks from you for so long. It was just me and our buddy Ryan for the longest time, but it's glad to have you
Is
back.
Curtis not
No, he's
on it?
not. He's not on it anymore.
Really?
No, no. But he's like an Instagram Reels fiend now. So, but so
I was getting used to Reels, not gonna lie.
I still can't. It
You know, it wasn't too bad.
I don't know, man.
What? It's actually crazy because I curated my Reels feed almost exactly to my
You're
TikTok one because I was getting people who I followed on TikTok on my
on
Reels feed.
what? Fascinating.
So
That's kind of cool.
I'm doing something right.
Yeah, you definitely are. Well, that's awesome, Ben. That's good.
Yeah.
But I actually do have news if to talk about if you didn't have anything else. But yeah, I'm glad you're back on TikTok so we can hopefully be sending more stuff like that.
I do want to say I have a few not gag things, but like funny news.
Okay, let's hear it.
I don't know if it's funny, but it's just uh have you been keeping up with the Dragon Ball Daima, Joseph?
I have not. I have not.
So a couple weeks ago, Goku and Vegeta went Super Saiyan 3, and everyone
Mhm,
was pogging. But keep in mind, this story is canon
mhm.
to the Dragon Ball universe. So in this week's episode, Goku and Vegeta went Super Saiyan 4.
No, they
Yeah,
didn't. They
they
didn't.
did.
As in like the GT,
So
the GT
yeah,
forms. Oh my
yep.
gosh.
It's kind of crazy.
Oh, that is. I definitely want to watch it though. I definitely still want to watch Daima, but
I just can't.
I'm gonna wait for the
I don't
dub to
know.
finish and then I can grind it out. I can.
Yeah.
Um.
So Super Saiyan 4 is canon and is canonically weaker than the other forms.
Okay.
That's what everyone's saying. I just thought that was funny.
That is crazy.
I
Yeah.
didn't think I'd ever see that, but
Oh man. Interesting.
mhm.
Oh god.
um
Goodness. Yeah. Dragon Ball is an interesting franchise right now.
it
You know,
is.
I will say, Ben, I might regret this and like but
Uh-oh.
we haven't heard anything about One Piece in the news. It's because it's still on hiatus, right?
I guess on hiatus until
March?
like April or
Oh, April.
something.
March, April. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Because I was just
Great.
like, yeah, we haven't heard much about it,
Great.
but that's good. Mm.
Um,
My friend was telling me, my roommate, he's big into One Piece. It's like one of the only animes he's watched, and he's still trying to get me to watch it. And he's like, dude, he's like, I need to catch up. I'm still 40 episodes behind. Um, and I was just like, he's like, I've watched it
an entire
twice,
show.
and he's like, I binged it all.
What?
Yeah, he was like, I binged it all during COVID, and I'm like, that's disgusting. That is, I don't even think COVID was long enough for you to have binged it all. That's insane. I was just like, that's
Um,
wild. Um, and he was like, "Yeah, dude. If, like whenever he said he's committed to watching a show, he'll binge it all." And like he said, these 40 episodes, he's like, "I could crank out in a weekend." And I'm like, "That's ridiculous. That's insane."
I feel like you won't even be paying attention to it.
That's what it seems like, right? But I don't know. Some people are built different, I guess.
Um,
But yeah,
yeah,
um,
we're
very
not
much
talking about
so.
One Piece anymore.
Yeah, let's not. Let's move on.
Speaking of a infinitely better show, um, the Bocchi the Rock movies
No.
or compilation
Oh,
movies
okay.
are streaming on Crunchyroll,
Yes, they are.
so I will be watching that.
Well,
I think
speaking of
I
Bocchi the
miss Bocchi
Rock,
the Rock.
well, speaking of Bocchi the Rock, Ben, it just got announced for a season two finally. That's what some of the news I
Yay!
had. I'm very excited for it. I made a TikTok about it. Thank you all, or not TikTok, YouTube short about it. Thank you all so much for showing love and support on that. Um, it's awesome, dude. I really missed Bocchi the Rock, and I think it holds a very special place in my heart, Ben, and forever will, because it was the anime I was watching when we went to Japan. So
Oh,
I
really?
remember laying in bed like when we were in Osaka, and I guess you didn't share a room with me because me and Curtis shared a room with me,
Yeah,
and
you guys were next door.
yeah, and I remember just like every night I would go to bed and watch like one or two episodes, and I'd be like, "This is
That's
so
awesome.
awesome," because it very much, especially too, is takes place in Tokyo, I think, or in Japan, some area in Japan, and it definitely felt very. It's a very grounded show. I mean, obviously it's not. It's comedic and funny, but it's grounded in the sense of it takes place in just a normal city, and they're doing normal
Yeah,
daily activities and things like that, and they would be going around, going to restaurants, konbinis, vending machines, and I was just like, wow, this is so cool because we're like doing all of this right now, and you know, it was just really awesome to see that. So I very much enjoyed it, and yeah, it just for that reason holds a very special place in my heart. So that was fun, but I'm very much excited for it too. Also, because I don't. Oh, you can't see. It's on the other side. I ended up.
oh,
I got. I think I've talked about it before, but I got. Oh, don't look at my messy room. But I got a bass. It's right there. So
yeah.
I've started playing bass, and it's a lot of fun. And the who plays the bass? It's the blue-haired girl. I forget her name, but she plays bass. So it's very cool to see. And I also like their music. Kesco Band, the actual girl who sings, she makes a lot of good music as well. So it's a fun
Yeah.
show. It's a fun show. So I like it.
There's gonna be the assistant director for season one is now directing season two.
Okay.
So I don't know if that'll do much,
Hopefully that.
but
Yeah. Hopefully it's the same, if not better.
yeah.
But that's awesome. Well, I did have one other news I wanted to talk about. If before we get into everything, in case you have more stuff. But I was very
Mm-mm.
upset, Ben. Viz Media, the company who does all the stuff for the English manga or most of it, came out with the second cover of um, Steel Ball Run,
Mm-hmm.
and for the second volume. I'm trying to pull up a picture real fast, but I honestly kind of hate the way it looks. To be
Oh.
honest, I'm not really a big fan of the covers. Um, I don't know if you've seen it, Ben, but it kind of looks awkward. It kind of looks
I have not seen it.
it kind of looks awkward. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the spine of it at all. I was very much a fan of the first volume cover, but this one just looks a little, I don't know, just looks a little off, and I'm very nervous to see how the rest of the covers look. I think some of them are gonna look good, but I think the way the covers are designed, I don't know. I really liked part fours. I like the original part three, one through two and three, and then six was pretty cool. Five was okay, but I don't know. I think this was an interesting choice, and it's just I don't know, but I'm definitely going to be acquiring all of them still, regardless. But yeah, just an interesting thought I had about looking when I was looking at the English volume covers. But Ben, I did see. I remember you sent me a picture a while back that you ended up buying the covers, or that you bought Volume One of Blue Vortex, the English edition.
I did.
How
I
is
did,
how is
yes.
that?
I haven't read it yet.
Oh, okay, but
But it's cool. Let me grab it.
yeah, because I think we do. I think we both have
Where
the.
did I put it?
I think we both have the Japanese version as well, if I'm not
Did you?
mistaken.
I thought you didn't buy it.
I didn't, but my buddy Drake,
Oh
when
yeah.
he got it for me when he went over break.
It's just it's so simple. I
Mhm.
think it's really cool.
I do. I see. I love simple covers like that. Those are the best to collect as well. That's why I love the bleach covers, man. The bleach covers are so clean. Um. So yeah, but
Dude,
I,
he's like leaking aura, dude. Oh, it's all over the pages.
I think you're thinking of Sung Jin
Gosh.
Wo, or
No,
Sung
dude.
Jin Woo.
Holy aura.
Well, that's fair, I guess.
Like, dude, like holy aura, man. Like holy aura, dude.
No, bro. That
Dude,
is
holy.
that is hard. That is hard. It's tough.
It's not the only thing.
Okay. Anyways, so
Sorry.
so yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Sorry.
It's fine. But yeah, Ben, you also
It's inappropriate.
I remember you mentioning that you said some cool stuff happened in Blue Lock recently.
The blue we found the blue lock, yeah.
They
The
found-
blue lock has been found. No, there's been a match that's been going on for like a year and a half. You okay there?
so stupid. Sorry, go.
True. Why are you laughing?
Nothing.
They found it. There's been a match that's been going on for like a year and a half, and it finally ended.
Mhm.
Um, and like 15 chapters ago, the author said that it was gonna end in 5 chapters, and it didn't. So
Mhm.
everyone's just like, okay, this thing is never ending. Um, and yeah, there's it's it's weird because like I don't know. I'm excited that it's over because there's things happening parallel to the match that we don't like. We know it's happening before the match starts,
Mhm.
and then it's been progressing while the match is going on, but we don't know what's happening. And so I think next week we find out what's happening with that side story, um, which I'm really excited about.
Very
Um,
cool. Very cool.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's good, man. That's good. I'm very excited for whenever season 3 eventually comes out, or the movies or whatever.
I think season 3 is gonna be movies.
I hope not. So I don't know. I don't know.
I hope so.
You hope so. Okay.
I think maybe I don't want to say too much. Just
Oh.
like the way that it's formatted, like what's going on
Hmm.
in season 3.
You
Um,
think it fits a movie style?
at least I think they could have like 12 episodes for one part of it, and the rest be a movie or two movies.
Hmm.
I don't think I can fit everything because I think I'll just say this. It's like so always you know what it's called. So at the end of season 2, we see Ego and he's talking with these like investors or whatever, and they all agree
Hmm.
to start this thing called the Neo Egoist League, right? And so that's basically like phase 2 of Blue Lock, and that's
Oh.
all next season. And so basically the entire thing has been 4 matches, at least from like Isagi's point of view. That's the whole thing, like 4 separate games.
Okay.
Um, and the first 2 are kind of shorter, but the last 2 are super long.
Hmm.
Like the one before this match that just ended, it was going on for a year. So like 52 chapters,
Oh my
and this
goodness.
recent one is like 60, 65 chapters or something.
How many chapters is
So
Blue Lock so far?
it's on 293,
Frick, that's
and
close.
I don't understand. I don't know how. It's not at a point where it's gonna like end soon, because there's a whole another arc after this one.
Well, that's
So
exciting,
I don't.
man. That's
It's gonna be
awesome.
like One Piece length.
I don't. I hope not that long, but
Yeah.
still, so that's
But
great.
anywho.
I'm glad it's still that we'll have it for quite some time to come. Then at least, hopefully. So I'm
Hmm.
sure it will. Honestly, I mean, we've seen sports animes like Haikyuu go on for a while, so I'm sure it'll stick around for a good while. Hopefully,
Yeah.
that's exciting. But yeah. Speaking of that, Ben, I did. That was glad you brought up Blue Lock and just reminded me of animation. There was this thing going around Twitter recently. I don't know if you saw that this fan animation was getting a lot of love and support. It's a fan animation. I don't know if you've seen it of Inosuke versus Bakugo.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it took the animator 4 years to make, but it looked really good. It was really
Yeah.
cool.
That same guy did one with. I forget who it was with. It's either Bakugo versus Vegeta or Inosuke versus
Oh,
Vegeta, and that was a while ago. So it's cool that he's still doing that kind of stuff.
yeah, that's awesome. That's sick. Um, so yeah, that's it was really cool. I love seeing that stuff in the anime community going strong and things like that. Um,
Hmm.
but Ben, sorry, I gotta ask, what are you munching on? That looks good. Oh, what is it?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
It's like low calorie ice cream.
Ooh, okay. I was just snacking on some pineapple and grapes earlier, but um, dude, I will say that's a cool little side note. I did my first ever meal prep today.
Oh really?
I
I thought you
did.
hated meal prep.
I do, but I was feeling spontaneous and I was like, I was going to the grocery store and I was like, I want to make something and then just, I don't know, like something different. And I made it and it didn't come out too hot, but it was pretty good. But the presentation wise, it could have been better. It was just literally chicken and potatoes with cheese, but like, and like a cream too.
Mhm.
So it was pretty good. Um, so I made that and then it was enough for 3 servings. So I had one and then two more for the rest of the week. So look at that.
Yeah, I made something today and it's like 12 servings.
12 servings?
Yeah.
I want
So
to see.
I just don't cook during the week. It's just like like a 7 quart crock pot. 7 quarts. Quarts. That sounds really weird. Quarts. Quarts. Yeah, that measurement.
Okay.
But like after everything was added together, it's just like filled.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have to portion it out, but that's how much it made.
Damn. Well, that's see my whole thing with the one of the biggest I think turnoffs for me about meal prepping is that I don't one I love eating something like fresh like immediately as soon as it's done and I can just scarf it down. But with meal prepping, I feel like putting stuff in the freezer and then like the fridge, I feel like it's never just the same. Like that's why I'm not a big leftovers person because I'm just like
Honestly, like I can't eat things like that have been in the fridge,
mm,
but after reheating this like in the freezer, it tastes the same to me. I don't
mm,
so
really.
I'm not really complaining too much.
Okay, well that's good. But I can't believe I'm gonna be saying this on camera. I think for convenience sake, I do want to invest in an air fryer because there have been a lot of things where I'm just like, man, that would be so easy and quick to make if I just had an air fryer. Especially like
Make
a
a
lot of
steak in an
this.
air fryer in 10 minutes.
Okay, I don't know about that. That sounds. I feel like I don't know about that, but
What? Joseph, you realize an air fryer is just like an oven, right?
correct. But I feel like there's something like I just don't believe there's something in my mind that is like there's I can't comprehend that it can be cooked in like 5 minutes in this machine, whereas in an oven it takes like 25 minutes or something like that. Like with fries, for instance, they say put a bunch of fries in an air fryer and it'll be done in like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'm just like if I put it in an oven, it takes like 35 minutes,
Because
and
an
I'm just
oven is just like stagnant hot air, but an air fryer it's circulating, so it does it faster.
that's I don't yeah I
Anything
guess
you can do in an oven, You can do it in air fryer like twice as fast,
Hmm.
and it's the same thing, if not better. And I will die
I
on that hill.
I don't know.
Just, like just
I need an air fryer.
just like go on TikTok for like 15 minutes and see what you can do with an air fryer.
But a lot of the meal preps I see use air fryers, and I'm just like, oh man, it just looks so simple, so much more like fast too. Um, and I'm just like, damn, maybe I need
I
to,
make my Brussels sprouts.
dude. That's because I do my Brussels sprouts in an oven, and
Takes me like 5 minutes.
I hate you.
I, I don't have to preheat the oven or anything. I just throw them in an air fryer.
How do you make your Brussels sprouts? Do you like cut them? Do you cut them in half, or like what do you cut them in halves?
I just cut them in half.
You don't put like cheese or anything on them?
Nope.
Nah, no olive oil, nothing like that, or soy oil, or like
A little bit of avocado oil.
avocado oil. Okay, yeah, interesting. Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Very, very nice. Very nice. But yeah, let's talk about some anime, man. Enough chitter chatter um about random stuff. But it's great though. I'm loving it. But all you know what, final rant, actually, sorry. It is currently 38 degrees outside and my heater is broken. So I am
Get the jacket
freezing.
on, man.
It's usually because what sucks is I have like a, let's see if I can show this. I have like a granite desk, so it
Yeah,
gets
I noticed that when I went over. I thought that was really interesting.
it's so cold. It gets so cold,
That's
bro.
such a weird, like, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know who designed this room. It's so odd. It is so odd, especially because you've been here, so you know. But like the way my bed is placed, and then like this desk, it just seems so odd. But
Uh,
I don't know. So, anyways, yeah, it sucks. But apparently it might snow Wednesday, so hopefully we get some canceled school. That'd be pretty cool, I think. But yeah, anyways, regardless, let's
You
move
know,
on. Oh.
I wonder why they don't cancel school when it gets too hot.
Well, I think it's
Ever think
all
about that?
that's well, I think there's ways to control. It's easier to control staying cool than staying warm. Playing devil's advocate, right?
I guess I'm just like playing the double standard.
Double standard. Um. Oh
Yeah,
my
it's like
goodness,
whenever the United Kingdom shut down because it was like 80 degrees for a week and they were all freaking out.
that's true. Yeah, that is weird. I don't know. Oh my god, I'm watching the NBA All Star game and Nikola Jokic is shooting free throws in the background. I just see Chandler, or not Chandler. What's his name from Mr. Beast? I forget the guy.
Chris,
No, not Chris. That's the flamboyant one. Flamboyant. I forget what his name is. But yeah,
flamboyant one.
yeah. The one who. Never mind. We're not gonna have this discussion.
Okay.
um.
Sorry, I don't know my.
Oh, no. The Carl. It was Carl.
No, flamboyant.
I don't know. Yeah. Sorry. Anyways, yeah. That's just a random tangent. I don't even know what
I
we're
don't know
talking about.
the Mr. Beast multiverse
Oh, dude, it's pretty big, man.
lore.
He was just actually at the NBA All-Star game. He did a challenge where he gave a fan $100,000. So
Why? Just for
because
fun?
no, he said that they had to beat an NBA player in shooting threes. So
And they did.
well, it was very much rigged, but you know, it made the
So he
fans
just gave it.
So
He
yes,
basically just got it for free.
yes, correct. Um. Anyways,
Game
um,
with me.
I know, but yeah. Anything else, Ben? You want to discuss before we mosey on
I think
mosey on
there's one
through?
more thing. Uh, uh, I don't think so. No.
Okay, good. Glad we got that covered. Well, all right. Without further ado, let's get into the shows we watched this week, man. Um, I watched Blue Box, and oh my goodness, Ben,
How's that going?
it's so good. It's so good. You need to watch the show, Ben. Like it's
Oh, speaking of Blue Box, one of my friends at work, he So I feel like I've told you this, but a lot of the people at my work watch anime, right?
Correct.
And
Yes.
so we were talking to this one guy because I think it was this one guy. We tried to get him to watch Dandadan, and he watched the first episode. And he thought it was terrible.
I remember this.
So yeah, so we wait, or he's gonna wait till it was finished, and he watched it. He said it was all right, but then we tried putting him on to, or my coworker, my friend, was like, "You should watch Blue Box," and then me being me, I was like, "Don't watch it. It's mid," and so anytime just anime gets brought up, my friend he just like brings up, or he tries to argue with me about why I think it's bad.
So he's a defender or what?
He's a defender. He's a
Good.
defender.
Why do you think it's bad? You haven't really given me a sound argument.
Okay, it's not that I think it's bad. I just lost interest, and I'll probably binge it when it's done.
Okay. That so that doesn't mean you think it's mid. I wouldn't say that
But
you
I
think
don't
it's
know. It didn't feel interesting enough to me.
Ben, it's like it's there now. Like, oh man. Like it is fully now like a love triangle. Like now it is. At first it was
It's
kind
like
of just like I think it focused too much on the sports aspects and that maybe what got you bored. But
no, I
now it's like they know like both the girls are like fully down bad for him
like
and he's just caught in this like he
I
doesn't
think
know who to go for because stuff happened. I don't want to spoil it. I mean, if you want me to, I'll. But
no. I'll watch it
okay,
eventually. But like, I think the last big thing that I remember was um
we watched
the
the.
thing happened where the
Sorry.
thing happened where like she fell on him when he was sick or something,
Yes. Yep. That was.
and then the day after, she said something when they were walking.
Yeah. She's like, just forget it.
When I,
She just like just pretend that never happened or something like
so
that.
you're telling me she said that, and then now is a love triangle?
Yes. Yes. Oh yeah.
Like what's going on?
Oh yeah.
Like, come on.
Because something else happens, Ben, that I can't say that makes her like I said, she has to like step
It's
up.
like the low taper fade meme, Joseph.
What?
They're dragging it.
But it's massive, Ben. It's massive.
Don't do this. Don't do this to me.
But no, it's really good. It's genuinely really good. And then and what I like too about it is he's also still progressing in his sports like storyline as well. Like there is big stuff happening there as well. Um Oh my god, this episode was so good. And it was so good too because it's Valentine's Day or Valentine's weekend and like I was just in such like a Valentine's-y mood. So like it was just it hit all the right spots. I want to talk I don't never mind. I
You
can't.
know what hits, Joseph?
What? My
My
dad?
dress up darling.
Oh.
I think Mr. Gomez did that.
No, yeah, My Joseph Darling is really good. But Ben, I'm waiting for My Joseph Darling. It's this is a prime example of a
You know
love story right now.
you know what it is?
And you can only wait
You,
for so long until you become
I feel
delusional.
like I feel like I'm cheating on my dress up darling when I watch another romance show. That's what it is.
That's such a dumb take.
You know, and I get my hopes up too because I thought maybe there was a slim chance that it would be as good.
Oh yeah, no, I can't. You gotta set up those
And
expectations.
I got my hopes too high,
I
and it
think
felt a little bit too stereotypical,
the
and it scared me
only
off.
the only thing that I could say that has come close to topping My Dress Up Darling has been Married Couple. That is the only thing. Um, I and the
Okay.
I still think Domestic Girlfriend is a better
Yeah, we're gonna
show,
stop right there.
but
I'm gonna
I
stop
put
you.
that in a different category. Like I said, that is my
Worse.
senior thesis about why that is genuinely a good show.
Bottom five show of all time,
It's
Joseph.
genuinely not, Ben, and I can sit here and I will have this debate. This is one of the few anime hills that I will die on, and yeah, it's that it is genuinely a good show, and that I
Bad.
think
No.
no,
Bad
Ben,
show.
no,
What's in it? Like incest or something?
it's not.
We were arguing about this at work too.
Is there anyone there that's a domestic girlfriend supporter or what?
I don't think so.
Then what are y'all arguing about? Just like a group
No,
hate
I
session.
brought up how you think there wasn't incest,
Dude,
and then someone who had watched it was like,
stop. We're not doing the
uh,
conversation.
it's like I don't. He's. I think they said I don't know what he's. I don't think he knows what he's talking about. It's really funny.
I'm not dying on this hill, but take. How do I need to be careful with how I word this.
Why do you have to beat around the bush? I mean, like, if there's
Because
nothing wrong with the show.
because it's such a degenerate topic. That's why. But there's nothing wrong with the show. There's nothing wrong with the show at all. But the examples I
There's
want
something
to
wrong with the
use,
show.
say for, can I play let's play devil's advocate for a second here and
Nope.
say that what you say is is incest actually happened, which it's not. I'm not. There's none of that in the
It
show.
is.
It's not, Ben. But
But it is.
look at a show like Game of Thrones.
Okay.
The central plot, the bulk of the story begins with. We're not having this
Alright.
argument. I can't say this on camera, but
Okay. Does Game of Thrones have incest?
yes, it does. That's how the show starts.
So you're comparing it with Game of Thrones.
That's exactly why I knew you were gonna say that. But
Well, that's what you started with. You
I
said
know.
let's compare it to a show like Game of Thrones. So Game
Yeah,
of Thrones has incest.
correct. And
So
correct. But even I'm trying to use your argument that just because a show has, even if it did have incest, it would be automatically considered a bad show.
but it is a bad show.
Is Game of Thrones a bad show?
Yes.
Okay, well, I think then I just can't argue with you then because I think a lot of people.
What happened with season 8?
Season Ben, you can't. That's not
Season
doesn't
8
make
is like
whole show.
Domestic Girlfriends.
I
It's
have
bad.
had this argument with Brandon about television shows. We both consider Community one of our favorite shows of all time, and neither one of
Okay.
us have ever finished the show. But I will sit here until I die on a hill and say that it is one of the greatest shows ever made. But I've never finished the show, so
Community have incest?
no, it does not.
See the correlation, Joseph? I mean, like,
It's not. I still
what's going
think
on?
no, because I think Game of Thrones is also one of the greatest shows ever made too.
And there's incest in it.
Yes,
Saying something. It's weird.
I
So you
don't
like.
don't mm-mm,
Okay.
don't do that. Don't. We're mature adults here. We're having a conversation.
That's not true.
Okay, you're right. One of us. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Let's anyway. Blue Box. Yeah, Blue Box is great, man. You need to watch it. It's so good. Um, Mid Box.
Sorry.
No, it was really good. It's really good so far. Like I said, a lot of it is still picking up. Actually, I wonder how many episodes are left. To be honest,
I'd say 4.
4. Yeah, that probably sounds somewhat right. Let me see, because I know it's on its second core. Let's see. God, I can't believe it's only Thursdays. It is on episode 20, or it's gonna 20. Episode 20 comes out this Thursday. So yeah, probably like 4 more episodes left.
Like
Yeah,
5, 6.
4 or 5. I've been loving it. I've been loving it a lot. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. But anyways, we can move on to our next show, Sakamoto Days. Ben,
I forgot to watch it this week.
that's fine because I don't think this episode would have helped you like it anyways. I'm
I don't know. Are you locked into the show now?
I'm gonna finish it. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a great show because it's pretty average to me. I will say it's better than Spy Family. That might be Spy Family community might hate me for saying that. They might actually. I might.
All 3 Spy Family fans are freaking out right now.
I might get a lot of flack for that, but no, I think it's a lot of fun. I genuinely think it's fun. This new character that they introduced, who seems like he's going to be a part of their group, is kind of annoying though. Like he's very much like he gives off like Usopp.
Is it the guy who like transformed into Sakamoto the first time we saw him?
No.
Different guy.
It's a different guy.
Okay.
It's a new character. He's like a professional. Like he's one of the best like snipers in the world. But he's like really annoying, and like that's kind of like his quirk that he's like super dumb, but he's like annoyingly dumb. So I'm hoping that if he does become like a main side character, he gets like fixed. But so
Well,
we'll see. But Sakamoto, Shin, and the other girl Lu, they're great. I like them three. They're a lot of
yeah.
fun.
So I'm sorry. You know, I was talking with Weasels about this the other day.
Go for it.
Because he told me to watch Sakamoto Days,
Mm.
and then me being me, I said mid as a reply. Then he said I forgot what he said for that. But then I locked in. I was like, hey, genuine question. Like I'm not trolling. I was like, what is the plot of this show? And he said he said famous assassin retires, and current assassins try to assassinate him. And I was like, I get that. Like I've been watching the show, but like, is that it? And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Is that a
I was like,
bad thing though?
it just doesn't. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I feel like I enjoy shows with a little bit more complexity.
God, I'm sorry. I'm scrolling up in the Weezum's chat, and the only thing we have saved is Brawl Stars stuff.
Why he's always he on his story,
He's been posting
he
so
took his
much.
girlfriend out to dinner, and he was playing Brawl
I
Stars.
saw that for Valentine's Day, right? Is that what they did?
Yeah,
That's insane. I do not know how that woman puts up
kind
with
of
him.
curious how he took that photo.
I I'm kind of curious how he. That girl must be something special, man. Let me tell you, if she's able to put up with that. Like, shout out Weezus for all love, dude. All love. It's very funny. Um, I gotta meet him in person, Ben. I gotta meet him. I don't know when we can make that happen.
Sorry, you haven't.
I know, no.
I
We'll,
don't know when you would.
we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen sometime. But regardless, yeah, Sakamoto Days. It's very it's a safe show. It's a safe show. Um, I don't know. I'm liking
I
it
think
for what it's worth.
I don't know. The
Oh,
other shows that I think the other shows that I'm watching have just been taking up too much of my interest,
uh huh.
and so Sakamoto Days just feels like a chore.
Hmm. Yeah, that's fair. Um, I will say, um, what do you what are you thinking of? Sorry, actually, it was a completely different topic I was gonna start, but yeah, I do. I don't want to say it feels like a chore because I look forward to it. I mean, to be fair, I'm only watching like four shows right now, only four shows, but uh, but I don't know. I don't think it feels like a chore. It definitely is the slowest out of all of them, but I still look forward to it. I'm like, all right, let's see what's going on this week, you know? So I'm invested. I think it's a lot of fun. Like this week's episode, it's a cool little twist on it. I like the community that it builds, like the world aspect of it. It's a lot of fun. Like it doesn't take itself too seriously, and I think that's
Mhm.
pretty cool. So
So it's like Spy Family.
yes, but this one has been able to hold my interest more than Spy Family has. Well, I say that we got like a season and a half through Spy Family, right? So we'll see.
Did we drop Spy Family?
Yes, we did drop it. We got halfway through the
Wow,
second season, I think. Um,
wow.
so yeah. But Ben, this before we get on to the best show of the season, um, I did want to ask. I know you're not watching it or reading it weekly, but did you hear anything about this week's episode of Chainsaw Man or chapter of Chainsaw Man by any chance?
I heard through some people at work that it's been very interesting.
It it has been. Um, a lot of people in the community were have mixed feelings on how the story's going right now, and to that I have to say I think they need to just take their time with it and reread it, like in the sense of I think with weekly chapters it's very easy to get lost in the dialogue, and I think
Mhm.
you need to just boom understand that this is something that has like happened very quickly, and
Yeah.
I just think about it, and I think I personally like where it's going, and I think that it's a lot of parallelism to the first part of Chainsaw Man, and as weird as it is, and as sexual as it's been,
Mhm.
I think it's for a reason, and I think that I really like. It's very depressing. It's a very sad. It's very sad, Ben. This show is very dark, or the
How is it
manga,
sexual and sad?
because it's a lot of manipulation that's being had on Denji,
Mm.
and it's very depressing to see him constantly being toyed with in this way and used as like a weapon and a tool for other people, especially women,
Mhm.
and it's very sad. So I think a lot of people need to understand that, and especially see the parallels to Makima from part one. But yeah, I encourage you, Ben, to read it. Check it out. So I would love to see you read it without no context and just read this chapter alone.
I
Um,
saw one panel and I was like, I think Denji was having a conversation with it was either us or Yoru.
it's Yoru.
I forget.
Is she sitting on his lap?
And maybe
Yeah, I think so.
it was a callback to the scene whenever they did the thing to him.
Oh, okay. No, that's still Yoru, but yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
interesting.
It's very yeah, it's sad. She has him like wrapped around her finger. It's very depressing. But yeah,
I think he
that's
would have learned by now.
well, I mean, it's all he has left, man. He talks about it too. Every he talks about it. It's very sad. If you read this chapter, everyone he loves in his life been is gone. So he just wants to be liked by someone. Then what do you think of the Minecraft movie?
I think the mine. See, the thing with the Minecraft movie is it's gonna make money no matter what.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be probably one of the highest grossing movies of the year.
Yeah,
I'd bet money on it.
like it's probably gonna be terrible, but people are still gonna see it no matter what.
Hmm.
I think it'll be fun. I plan on watching it.
I do too.
I'm just curious to see why Jason Momoa is dressed the way he is.
I'm curious to
I
see
want to
why
see how that fits into the story.
half
Into
of
the
them are
story.
dressed the way they are. But yeah, I agree. But all right, regardless, let's move on, Ben, to the peak show that we are watching. The show that is keeping us all sane.
Hmm.
Solo freaking leveling, dude. What an incredible, incredible show. Ben, every episode is just so good. As this episode
Yeah.
is titled, Sung Jin Woo is now the 10th S ranked hunter, and everyone knows now. This is an episode where he immediately gets his reassessment for his rank, and then we get to see basically everybody else's reaction, even his sister, his friend, the other people he's worked with. Hunter Cha, who was the previous newly ranked S rank hunter before him, so we got to see her reaction, and yeah, we also get to see him start clearing the 100th floors or 100 floors that he's trying to clear. He gets to floor like 80, I think. And
Hmm.
again, we have no signs being shown of him having a challenge with anybody. He's been clearing those floors pretty easily. Even the S ranked hunters that go and visit him, who are the heads of their two respective guilds, seem to be acknowledging that he is just extremely stronger than him, or that
Yeah.
he is just extremely stronger than them, and it's awesome. I will say, apparently, we did get. I was on Twitter. People are saying that it's a big deal that those ants showed up at the end of the episode. That I think that's going to
Yeah.
be the start of the next another arc or something like that. Definitely getting PTSD to that Chimera ant arc. So that was not fun. As soon as somebody said the ants have arrived, I was like, oh god, no. I was like, please don't do this. So
I don't remember if it was in last season, but they've been hinting at the ants or the flying insects
really,
for a while. Yeah.
so we'll see. Yeah, I don't know much about it, so I'm assuming it might have to do something with Sung Jin Woo's dad, maybe, especially because he's like maybe a magic
No,
beast. Okay, thanks, Ben. Thanks for
you're welcome.
thanks for shooting me down once again. Um,
Of course.
you know, I will say Ben's my biggest op for sure. He likes to keep me humble, and
Yeah, I just keep you in check.
yeah. So But so yeah, we'll see what's happening. But so far, I've been liking it a lot. Um, I just yeah, I don't see so far. I'm kind of seeing where Ben's going with this, where I don't see what's going to be able to stop him. But I will say I love
Yeah,
how Sung Jin Woo's been leading into this whole like not evil, but he's kind of like I think he's starting to get a little ego going. Definitely for sure.
he is.
I mean, like whenever we see the ending of this episode, especially when he's fighting those like knights, those like then he's like, oh, like they're definitely intelligent. And he's like, I wonder if they can smell fear. And then he's like, oh yeah, they definitely can. And then he like
Mhm.
just slaughters them. It's like, dang, he's trying to get these guys. So um
Yeah, yeah. Um, Dang it, where's it going? Excited for next week's episode. I said this last week, and the week before, and the week before that,
mhm,
and the week before that. But apparently, someone gets introduced, a new character.
okay.
I don't know who they are. Yeah, but
You don't know
people
who they
seem
are.
excited.
Mhm.
They're in the trailer, or not the trailer, the opening.
Really? Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna check that out
yeah,
again.
it's like for a half a second. But yeah, I just he's too strong.
He's too
Not maybe he's not too strong. I kind of like it. It's funny.
right. See, thank you. I that's what I've been telling you. It's good.
It's like I don't know. Will there be someone
There has to be.
that he's gonna struggle against?
There has to be.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it is. It
Um,
is getting harder and harder to think about if that is a possibility. But
I did see. I was rewatching the fight with him and Igris
mhm,
from last season, and personality-wise, they're like two different people already. It's really weird because
yeah,
now he's like he doesn't really have emotion, and he's just kind of like confident about everything.
yeah,
But before, before like he was like still pretty strong, and then he saw Igris and he was like sweating and freaking out.
mhm.
So it's just interesting to see how much he's changed in such a
Oh
short
yeah,
time.
absolutely.
Um, it's literally like a different person, and compared to who he was at the start of the show, like that's not the same guy.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. It is kind of crazy to see his progression so far. But yeah, I think I will say though, it seems like he's definitely getting like he's keeping his intelligence alive. It seems he still seems pretty smart
Hmm.
and that he knows what he's still thinking ahead and is still trying to play things safe. But
Yeah,
I think it is slowly starting to slip, and I think him getting a lot more power is going to definitely make that start to slip even more. So yeah, I mean it's kind of that whole thing that we've seen in like stuff like Code Geass or Death Note, where the more power that they think they have, the more likely they are to slip up and mess up. So yeah, it's been interesting, but I'm excited to see because you have to say the bigger they are, the harder they fall, right? So um, I'm
I
not
don't think he was
excited.
gonna fall.
You don't think so?
No, I think he's fine. I don't know
It
though.
would be kind of cool to
What
see
do I
him.
know?
It would be kind of cool to see him fall, but
Like if he falls, who else is gonna? I feel like he's the strongest person
yeah,
in the verse right now.
yeah. Now, Ben, do you think he's already stronger than Gojo?
Yes.
Actually, you think so?
I think people don't even get me started on this. Gojo's like really
Sorry,
overrated.
but
He is.
throughout heaven and earth, he alone is the honored one, Ben.
Didn't Gojo die, Joseph?
I mean, yeah, from what I've heard, that
Yeah.
is what I've heard.
So
But
is he the honored one?
I guess not. You're right. I I I need to finish
I'm telling you,
JJK.
without his limitless technique, what is he?
I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't even know what half of the people are in JJK. So I don't know. I just kind of like seeing all the cool fights. I don't even think Gege knows what's going on, to be honest. But
Yeah, he redid the last chapter.
oh yeah,
Well, not redid it, but he added a lot more.
Oh my goodness, he just hit a half court shot. Did you, I know the Attack on Titan movie started coming out this week. Did you end up seeing the like post credit scene fully, Ben? With like Goth Mikasa and like
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw that.
it's very weird. But
I was in
yeah.
the manga.
It was?
Well,
Oh, like probably like
kind of.
a
There's a panel
extra.
of like Goth Mikasa and all them, and they showed it in the anime, but just like very slightly.
Interesting. It's a weird anime. But yeah, regardless, that's so leveling. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got, Ben, this week. It's what a day, you know?
What a wonderful day! Did you see that the new Planet of the Apes movie?
I didn't. Are they making a new one? Or like the newest
Came out a
one?
while ago.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
The newest one.
Yeah.
There's that one monkey, and he's like, "What a wonderful day."
Yeah, he says that a couple times. It's pretty funny. Oh my.
Why does he say that?
That's like his religious cult phrase. He's like, oh, everybody remember, it's a wonderful day. What a wonderful day, you know?
So are there humans anymore?
Barely. They're like, they're basically like extinct. And they're like all primal now.
So they're the monkeys.
Yes. Monkey see, monkey do. So yeah. But anyways, that's pretty much all the news we got for this week. It's been a pretty good week, pretty eventful, pretty demure, pretty mindful.
Don't ever say that again.
My fault. So
It is.
I know. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching this week's episode of the Otaku Brothers podcast. My name is Joseph, your co-host, joined by my lovely, beautiful co-host Ben, and we will see you all in the next episode next week, Sunday. Be there or be square. Bye.
That's my thing.
Oh yeah, arrivederci.
Bye bye.
Oops.
I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, la, 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 la.